Wow, look what's on the workbench today. We have the airport fire engine by Lego City. This is set number 60499, contains 691 pieces, retails for $69.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, looks like we're back at it again, putting out fires. That's usually how it is. I don't know how Lego City is still standing. So it looks like ourselves a few minifigures, and ooh, it's one of those cannon launcher things. Boy, the parents are going to love those. And here's the top of the box. Looks like we get ourselves 4 minifigures. Not too bad. And here's the back of the box. And from what I can tell, it looks like just your standard garden variety fire engine. You know, it looks like we get to seat 2 minifigures side by side. We have, looks like, storage and access into the 8-cylinder engine. Yeah, just by first impressions though, I mean, just to be honest, it just feels like your typical Lego fire engine. Alright, let's crack this baby open and see what we have inside here. Alrighty, let's see. Now, what do they do? Stuff that in there as tight as they can get it in? I don't know. Alright, so we get about 700 pieces, so let's just guess, probably 6 bags, right? Now, with my channel, we go through everything. So if you're looking for something fast, yeah, we're going to be going through it all here. We already have that scanned before you get to it. Oh, we got 7 bags. We haven't ran across the bag number 1 yet. Oh, there's a 6. Yeah, it makes it easier when they're in order. Number 1. Oh no, it's a sticker. Oh, we get several stickers. Let me bring this up close so you can see them. Well, I think I can survive that. I was hoping everything would be printed, but it looks like the stuff on here is printed too. All right. And for the most part, let's see, does it come with the brick separator? I'm assuming something like this does. And indeed it does, right there. So it looks like we get a, your classic red. I don't have a lot of red, but black. Ooh, I got to deal with all that parts in that color. Maybe there might be some interesting pieces in here we don't know. But just by first impressions, though, am I excited about the building this? I mean, it's just a fire truck. But we don't know yet. We don't know how the build's going to be. It could be very fun. Alright, so I'll turn on some light here for you. At least I remembered this time. 7 bags. I'm thinking we're going to try to see if we can do at least 2 or 3 bags per installment. So I'm thinking of we'll see how well the build's broken down, but it looks like it's just 1 build. So I don't think this is going to be collaborative in any fashion. I think 200 pieces per installment would be fair. So 2, 4, 6. We'll see how well it goes. I'm thinking of doing bags 1 and 2 in 1 installment, 3 and 4 in another installment, and 5, 6, and 7. I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. We'll see how well we go here because I'm timing myself. I got a lot of stories to tell today, so buckle up, kids. It's one of those stressful weeks again. Yeah, so 7 bags is not too bad. So hopefully this is going to be an exciting build. I hope it's going to be a stress reliever because I've had just enough of that for the week. Okay, well, let's begin. Let's build it, starting with bag 1. And yeah, so it begins. I got heads rolling around here. Well, so my first week back to work. And it was anything but fun. I'm just trying to get my gear here set up for you. Managed to get that going. So I just survived the first week, and it has been the week from hell, I'll tell you that much. Well, we get the brick separator. Hey, I got a haircut, so no more nasty, flippy mop on my head. it started looking like one of those, what they call it, a mod cut, which was looking kind of hideous, but I thought, oh, I got to cut that off. So, yeah, I got my usual again, and so I got that taken care of. And that's pretty much where the fun ends. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing our minifigure first. Looks like we're just doing maybe a minifigure per bag. That's not too bad. So let's get him together. And yeah, so these videos are, oh, I've got to read the disclaimer, so I'm going to do that while I'm building the minifigure here. These are just merely my notes and not to be construed or considered as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. I may end up covering the camera by accident from time to time, and I will be moving the camera around a lot throughout the duration of the video. So yeah, there will be some movement here. It's not like I can prevent that. In addition to that, watch the video all the way through because I may make mistakes that can maybe be corrected. And I'm trying to think of anything else that needs to be read off here. You know, I'm trying to answer all the complaints as much as I can. What else? Oh yeah, don't take these videos seriously. They're just for entertainment purposes. That kind of thing. And there's our Firefighter. Does she have any accessories? No. And yeah, we survived the first minifigure. At least we got some parts going here, huh? I mean, I like the print work for the torsos and stuff. It's like something you'd see in real life. So that, I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, now we're going to be doing the chassis. Okay, so yeah, I managed to get some stuff done. I think, hopefully I didn't mess up on this one. I got my taxes done, except I found some paperwork on the ground that was supposed to be in the folder. So I'm expecting probably a call from my CPA agent saying that I forgot a piece of paper. You know how the government wants to spy on us, so I gotta, hopefully I put one in there. It was just laying on the floor. I thought, what is this here? And yes, it might have fell out of my folder. And of course, I got enough grief on that one today. I was too busy doing taxes for everybody else. I didn't have a chance to take a look at my own paperwork. So I have been very, very busy. In addition to that, I got my eyes checked today. No cataracts, nothing serious, just my poor vision and age. Yeah. So right now I cannot drive a car, not just because of my license, because I have no corrective lenses and I have to wear them while I'm driving. So I'm bumming rides off of everybody for a bit, and I got a car in the garage that perfectly runs, so I cannot do that. So you can see how much fun I'm having this week. So for the next week or so, I have to work from home. It means I got to deal with a bunch of stuff. In addition to that, getting a ride and having somebody help you is... we got some doors in black. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's even better. We got two of them, left and a right. I'm not a morning person by any means. This year has started off very bad, and February is just as horrible. Yeah, I am due for a vacation. Jay, didn't you take off like 10 weeks? You didn't. That wasn't enough. It would have been enough if I didn't have to help everybody else, but unfortunately, that was not how it worked out. So, yeah, once I get the DMV taxes and everything going, that won't be a problem. But I did get contacted by my optometrist. They filled out my forms and they wanted me to pick them up right when I got home. You should have filled them out right then and there. I was just, let's just say I wasn't in a smurfy mood at the time. And I just thought, couldn't we done this while I was there? And I just told the lady, I said, I live 50 miles away from your office. I'm not driving back. And I said, I'll do it when I get my new glasses. You know, I just thought, oh my goodness gracious. You know what I mean? So I have not had any chance to cool down. And the ride I was getting to today was frustrated and everything. Hey, they didn't have to dilate my eyes, but it wouldn't have done me any good anyways, because there would have been no way I could have drove home. Because they had confiscated my visual aids so they can, you know, update the prescriptions on them. So yeah, yeah. Maybe I should have done this on my time off. It's one of those things. Oh, I hope we don't have to tie a string to that. At least it's got a stud on there, so maybe we might get lucky. So yeah, I know some people want to hear about my vision impairments and stuff like that and how depressing it is. Yeah, it's depressing. I'm not going to lie to you, you know. But I asked my optometrist, if I'm going to go legally blind, and he goes, "Oh no, you're far away from that." But with my vision, the best my eyes will ever get will be 20/40. It will never be 20/20. So yeah, that was. He just says, "Oh, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sugarcoating. You just have poor vision, but not enough to prevent you from driving a car." So yeah, Lego, what are we doing? Are we just doing one piece at a time? Yeah. So yeah, it's been this has been the year from hell so far. And yeah, I don't know what else to say here. And then this goes right in here, like that. And so far we survived that. Okay, now it looks like we're doing another section of the chassis. So I don't expect this set here to be a collaborative build in any way. You know? I'm hoping it is. But guys and gals, I need a chance to unwind. I was supposed to film this set when I got home. It took me 3 hours to get back here. Right when I was ready to film it though. They're like, "Jaden, can you help me do this?" I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" "Oh, I need you to help me do this and that. I need to fill out a few forms." Yeah. Oh man, I didn't get a chance to do much of anything. Right when I get off work, I got more paperwork. Yeah, so if you're a kid watching this, you're lucky. You are lucky. Be an adult. Yeah, you think if you're an adult, you get to stay up late and do whatever you want. All right. Hey, at least I'm not sugarcoating it for you. Oh, and that piece is supposed to be in the back. So we're just plating together a chassis, which is not too bad. So this is obviously where the wheels are going to go. So I would say this is the wheel axles. That's what's going to go there. Okay, now it looks like we're working on the other half of the chassis. So the beginning of the build is basically chassis work. I'm not going to say that this is the most exciting part of the build. You know. Yep, I am burned out. So yeah, I was too busy doing things for everybody else and forget to do my own stuff in the process. I know when I was coming home or getting drove home, I just said, you know what, I just need a vacation away from the house. I said I would love to just go camping for at least maybe 2 or 3 weeks and just enjoy it. No, nothing that plugs in the wall. A cell phone, yes, but I'm not going to be on that thing. I just want to kind of get away from it. And boy, that started a whole bunch of drama, and I just thought, that's why I need to get away from everything. Like the other night, I was going to sit back when I got home. I was going to watch a movie. I didn't get a chance to watch the movie I wanted to watch. It was like a thriller horror flick, and I thought, oh, I should have some time to watch this, you know. Nope. I had to help somebody else with their taxes. So while I messed up on mine, everybody else got theirs done. So yeah, I'm kind of burnt out. Sometimes I just want to take my finger on my lip and go. That's how I feel right now. So, you know. Yeah. So if you got your you got some horror stories you want to share, hey, this is the channel to do it here. I mean, here's the deal, guys and gals. I keep myself as transparent as I can. I'm not going to talk about Lego for the full duration because I would even get bored of that. I'm keeping it real here, folks. And okay, before I make a mistake, make sure I got that in right. Yeah, I've already made enough mistakes today. But I went and got my vision checked. There, because in my family, cataracts runs in the vision department, and glaucoma and all that stuff. And well, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So I'm like, whew, I can't get that unlucky, right? So I'm just like really thankful that that bad stuff just did not happen. Okay, it goes like that. The book doesn't show it very well, but I'm assuming that's how it's supposed to go in. All right, but you know what? That ain't going to do us any good. I have to change the zoom position for you so you can see it better. Yeah, so I think that's how it goes in there. Not too bad at all. But I'm really hoping, though, to get some of these sets filmed. I told my bunch, I said, okay, I've already had a rough week. Let me sit down and let me have some fun. Basically, I was kindly saying, don't bother me. I need a chance to cool off. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, so each bag I assume is going to take about 20 minutes or so. I got plenty of 6x8 plates, but so far it's feeling pretty robust. I'm not experiencing anything falling off. I mean, we're just doing the chassis, but it's pretty beefy, and this is pretty strong. So I'd say right now the build quality I'm pretty much happy with. Build experience, it just feels like your average city set. I don't feel anything special about it. But that's the chassis right there. We could probably put a fifth wheel or something. Maybe put a camper on that. And this right here, folks, is what we have remaining for bag one. Not too bad. Okay, now we're going to move on to bag two. Yeah, when I was going to the eye doctor today, I'll tell you, when I was a kid, those places were like a nightmare to me. When I was a kid, we had to get our eyes dilated, and I remember this eye doctor I went to. We were there in the waiting room, not for like 20 or 30 minutes. We were there for several hours. This doctor was not kind. He overbooked his patients. I remember when me and my sister would go in to get our eyes checked and stuff. I swear everybody that had gray hair and a cane was in there. Me and her were the only young kids that were in this place. There was nothing to do, no toys. You know, some places they have like toys or coloring books or something for kids to do. This place had none of that. And it was not fun at all. Oh, this guy's got a double-sided head, so we'll have to take a look at that. It was very boring in there. There was nothing to do even outside. You sat and you wait literally hours. And after you went there, he'd see you for about 10 minutes. Okay, now we need to dilate your eyes. Got to go back to the waiting room. And then we did that. So we went, you know, I mean, like some places that have a TV or something going, no, this doctor was so cheap, he wouldn't do that. But his prices were ridiculously overpriced. And now he's retired, so obviously he can do that. But I think his business fell under, though. But we need a sticker that's coming up here. So right now we're still working on the minifigure. But all I remember, though, is that was not a fun place to be. And, yeah, what do I do with the sticker to this? Did it go walk off or something? If that's the case, then that's my fault. Unless it's up on here. Oh, don't tell me I forgot it or I lost it. I've already, hey, if my head wasn't screwed on, I would be lost. Okay, we need sticker number 3, which is that one right there. Okay, So when I told the doctor about my experiences, he says, "Oh man, where you been at? It things have changed. You know, we don't have dilation anymore, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. I wouldn't be able to drive home." That was my biggest fear, and it came true. I'm glad I prepared myself. So yeah, that was not a fun place to be. And that's our gentleman there. I didn't put his helmet on because he does have a double-sided head. So he's obviously laughing. Why is he laughing at? Because something's burning down to the ground? We don't know. Maybe he's the one that started the fires. I mean, not bad minifigures for what we have so far. It looks like we get a minifigure per bag. So Lego's got this spaced out really good. Really good indeed. Okay, now we're going to focus our attention back to the chassis, but we're going to be here. But back to my displeasures of the eye doctors. Those places were not fun. My dentist is just as bad too. Except you got windows to look out of. This one eye doctor did not even have windows. You could not even see anything that was going on outside. Lego, now why didn't you include these back in the other building guide? I'm not sure why. I don't know what we're building here, but it goes with this. So yeah, that wasn't a very fun experience there when I was a kid, but you know, when you get older it just gets worse, right? Yeah. So yeah, so in addition to the eye doctor, the DMV, I was reading the reviews about the place that I'm going to be going to, and they said for the most part the employees are actually somewhat respectable. But a lot of people say avoid this security guard named Linda and avoid the lady with the pink bun. I'm sure her hair's probably dyed a different color since then, but yeah, I'll be avoiding that. I won't have a choice, but I'll try to my best to avoid going to her window. Just go up to that lady and say, go up to any of these people and say, "Hey, I already have anxiety issues. I don't want to be here. And please make my DMV trip pleasurable." And I'll leave appropriate review if desired, you know. So hopefully nothing bad goes wrong there. So I'm not sure what this is for, unless this is for like a winch or something. We don't know yet. We don't know. It's a sub-step right now. So I'm hoping to get through that. I've never seen these in trans clear. Although these would make a nice, you put them like that and make a nice little sunroof for a house, huh? Alright, I'm not going to check and see if these are scratched. Oh, and by the way, all my sets, they start off at 10s when I review them. And then we'll chip away on the score as we go. So right now, there's 7 bags and it's still at a 10. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're not going to be messing around here. Okay. So I'm not sure. It doesn't rotate all that much. But that's where it's supposed to go right there. Yeah, so I had to clean off a bunch of memory cards today just to get going on some stuff. Okay, now I think that's a cab. I don't know what that is. We will find out eventually. Yeah, but I told my bunch, I said, you know what, I need a chance to cool off, so nobody come back here and bother me for a while. Because if the phone rings and I have to stop, they're going to get an earful. It's like I have had nothing but constant interruptions. You know, sometimes, you know, your mind has to cool down. And even if you're a young kid, you know, or if you're a parent, you know, you got to cool down. You know, take a step back, take a breath, and be like, hey, I've had enough going on this week. I need a chance to regather my thoughts. Okay? Not constantly work. So right now, I'm collecting my thoughts, and I'm trying to figure out where I need to go from here. You know. When I said that, somebody got offended. I'm like, I don't care. I am going to relax for right now. Okay. So I managed to, yeah, there's just too many black parts in here, huh? So right now I got to figure out if my tax lady got all the documents, because if not, I'm hoping she'll take a PDF, because I got the copy on the computer. It's, you know, I don't know what the difference is between I print it out and give it to her, or to send her an email. She doesn't have to return it back. But one time I did this years ago. Oh yes, you're going to have to send a physical copy. You're going to have to come down here and run it down here, and we close at 5 p.m. And I look at the clock. It's like 4:30, and I said, oh, I won't be able to do that today. You can't make it to our office by 5? I said, ma'am, I live an hour away. I said, by the time I get there, you're probably long gone. Oh yes, you'll have to come back Monday and give me the paper so I can input this in there. I kid you not, folks. I literally kid you not. This has been the year from hell. Oh man, I just need a break. I know some are like, Jay, your life seems not that cool. It's once every 10 or so years I got to deal with all this stuff at one time, and yeah, this is the time that I got to deal with it. Oh yes. Anytime you deal with the state and federal government, yeah, they're about as fast as turtles. But man, if you want something to get done, they want, like, if you got to send them a payment, if you don't send this payment within 5 seconds, we're going to send you a late fee. But if they're late, it's okay, you know, so. I don't know. That's why I'm doing Lego right now, because then I can take my time on this. But a little bit of bringing back into the build here. It's still surprisingly keeping my interest. I'm not bored, so that's even better. I'm not too fond of the colors, but it is a fire truck, so we got to make it look somewhat real, so that's forgivable there. Yeah, I just have a gut feeling. Oh, it comes in gray. We get 2 of them. Those are the ones where the doors sit on the sides. Very handy part to have. So, yeah. Instead of focus on everybody else's stuff, I need to do my stuff. And just trying to survive here, and nobody's knocked on the door, which is even better. We might be doing 3 bags here. I'd like to stick with no more than 3. I was expecting about 6 bags. This one has 7, so you know, it depends on how big the bags are. And right now, it's not bad. If you're looking for a quick build that you can build with your friends, I don't expect this one that you can build with your friends. But you know, you're going to get a good build here. So I think this is the lower portion of the cab. I try to index these for your convenience. You know, I can't guarantee these to be ever exact builds, like in terms of well, I'm just all over the place today. Tutorials. I know people want me to do tutorials on this stuff. But I try my best to show every angle, talk about the set and the rants that go with it. But at least we're getting something done. I'll probably take a break, because I'm going to try to film this one tonight before I go to bed. And just to kind of get some stuff done. Yeah. I think what it is, though, I need to stop doing stuff for everybody else and focus on me. I think that's what it is. Because my whole vacation time was doing stuff involving that 3-letter place. And then I have to deal with doing everybody's taxes. And I think out of 10 or 11 weeks that I had off, I probably had maybe 10 days that I could do things for myself. I wasn't having fun by any means whatsoever. I know my girlfriend was saying something about you really do need some time off. I said I do. She goes, you need to get away from everything, everybody. And I said, well, I don't want to get away from you, because I like being around my girlfriend. I said, I just need a break from anything that plugs into the wall. I don't want to see papers. I don't want to see anything that deals with taxes or federal government. I want to just, you know, let my mind defrost, you know, clear my mind, you know, hit the waves, catch, you know, go surfing or something like that, you know, just stuff like that, you know, looking pretty good, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm kind of just burned out, but at least, like, you know, like I said though, back about all this stuff though, I try to keep these videos as transparent as I can about things that I do, because some people are curious about me. I know I've read some comments, but you shouldn't be talking about all this stuff, just talk about Lego. Well, I'm letting you know that at least I'm a real person. Oh, I didn't know this. Look at this. I'll show you here. Those fit right in there. I didn't know that. That means those inverted ones probably, or the inverted ones would fit right around that. That's not a bad idea. That's pretty cool there. Not bad at all. Okay. Now we're focusing our attention on the inside. One of these has a print on it. And there's the printed gauge cluster. Yeah, I didn't have anybody that I blocked. So that's good news, right? I haven't blocked anybody. I haven't blocked anybody in February. No, I did block somebody in February, so never mind. But I've been trying to find ways to make this channel interesting. So I was talking about the animated figure. Lego, I mean, you got to figure out a way to do the steering wheel centered with this. I mean, I am going to be going OCD over that one. All right, we got to put another sticker on this thing here, which is sticker number 2. Okay, now what did I do with those? That one right there. I wish that was printed. They're sure using a lot of these book pieces for like laptops and stuff. Okay. And yeah, so that goes right in the middle. So it's like more of those modern cars with the center console screen and stuff. That's not too bad. And then we got to put another sticker. So right now in bag number 2, we're going to be finishing up our stickers, which is sticker number 1. Which is that one there. It's got the airplane on it. Yeah, I'm kind of a... No, I don't know what that would be for, but it goes right here in the middle like that. That'd have been nice if all that was printed, but that was it for the stickers. We're done with the stickers. That's it. We're done with those. Okay. And let's see here. So this has water shooting out of one of the cannons in the front. Yeah, now I just got to get a ride to go down and drop off paperwork. Sometimes I just want to go crawl in a hole and cry somewhere. Yeah, and then this goes on the front here. Oh, this just sticks right here. Oh, no, it doesn't stick like that. It goes right there. That's kind of weird because it just, this doesn't rotate like I thought it was, but this rotates here. Oh, these are for the wheels to turn. Oh, but you know what? No, I thought, okay, I thought I had this in backwards. These wheels are not going to turn all that much. yeah. Well, why would you want to go do that like that for? Okay, now it looks like we're moving on to the deck here. I got a bunch of these. If you want to make a computer case out of Lego pieces, there you go. That's what you'd use right there. Yeah, like right when I got home, these people started calling the house. You know, you got a couple of calls for you, and I listened to the messages, and I thought, right now, I don't want to deal with them. Let my mind clear out first. But I did get somebody contact me on Rebrickable about a building guide I did. Why did they contact me on there? I don't know. But this person purchased one of my building guides. And she was wondering about a part. And this is where, when I sell my building guides and stuff, this is where it comes in handy, right? Anytime that you're building one of my builds and you're stuck finding pieces, don't hesitate. You can contact me. And yeah, I will try to make it right if there's a problem. This goes here. And so she had a problem with a certain set of windows that she could not find. She goes, they were real expensive on Bricklink. I looked. Yeah, I wouldn't pay that either. So I was like, okay, let me find some equivalents. And yeah, Lego does make modern equivalents. And they actually look better than what I had before. So she will get a better revised copy than I will have. So I just said, this is the equivalents here. These will be fine. I said it'll cost a fraction of what you're going to be paying. And she was trying to contact Lego about it. Because paying for the windows was probably about maybe $10, $15, maybe $20 a piece, and she needed 5 of them. Yeah, I would be throwing a fit too. So when I get free time, if that ever happens, I'm going to have to do a revised edition of the building guide. Okay, you know what? We might have forgot some parts here. Oh, no, we haven't gotten that far yet. I'm jumping ahead here. I'm just stressed out today. So yeah, if you bought one of my guides, Jay, I'm stuck on something, I'll help you out. That's what you're paying for. Okay, that's what you're paying for. I have no problems with that. Even if I'm very busy, you take the time to do that. Yeah, I'll take the time to help you. You know. And she has every right to contact me about it. Because I was unaware about these parts being discontinued a long time ago. These style windows. But her version will be a lot better than what I have. Yeah, so each bag takes about 20 minutes. And this is what we have remaining. And it looks like we just focused on the driver's area. The operator's cab. Not too bad, huh? Okay, I think we're going to wrap up with number 3 because we'll let the size fool you. I want to thank everyone on my main channel as well as Patreon for being contributors. That's always a big help because, yeah, I can write up more stuff and keep my building guides cheap. And I want to thank everyone on Rebrickable for taking a look at my building guides and all that stuff. That's even better. And most importantly, thank you for subscribing, checking out my channel, leaving comments, all that stuff. Everything helps. Everything. Let's slide this over here because we're going to be focusing on this part here, especially the back. So yeah, it'll help me take some time off and not have to deal with stress. Okay, so that's even better because I do need a stress reliever. And no, nobody recommends me anything that involves smoking because we don't want to do that. I made it this long without messing anything up. I don't need to mess it up any more than it is. Yeah, so, and you know what? I really appreciate it. Now, you know, you don't have to send me anything, you know. Some people do it out of the kindness of their hearts. But, you know, that stuff is always a big help. And it goes strictly for Lego. It doesn't go for anything else. Okay, it doesn't go, or if I need to buy a memory card. And yeah, with that bad memory card that I had, yeah, that's going to be an issue. I still got an hour and 13 minutes on this one. This might be a fast one after all. I may be able to do this one all tonight and be done with it. But I need a break. I went out for lunch today, so I'll just get me a snack and kind of wind down. I need it. Yeah, I was just kind of frustrated. But I just hope she got my form, because if not, I'm going to be heartbroken and I have to get a ride to go down there to drop off a piece of paper. The CPA I go to, she's kind of old school. She takes cash or check. She doesn't take any form of electronic payment, not even a debit card. That's kind of like a bummer, because like with my job, that's all we take. And, you know, I mean, if it is, and it is, and I'll just have to explain my situation, like, hey, I have no way to get down there. Can you just take an emailed copy? It means I can give it to her like that, you know, real fast. Well, I can't. The government says I got to take a physical copy. Well, what's the difference? I print it off on my home printer anyways. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm just have a gut feeling. I was too busy helping my mom and my girlfriend get theirs done. And I messed up on mine. My numbers are right. I may have to contact her office. And unfortunately, I think they're closed Fridays. You know what I mean? I know my mom was like, though, you don't need a vacation that bad. Thinking, after I just did all your paperwork, I did my girlfriend's paperwork, and I don't need a vacation. I just kind of just was about 5 seconds from flipping off and saying, or flipping out and saying, hey, I've been too busy helping everybody else. I haven't had a chance for me. You know, these are becoming more and more like therapy ranch sessions than anything else, but sometimes I got to vent. I was thinking about that, though. I may have to contact her, or I don't think she has voicemail. I don't have her email. She don't even have an email address, for all that matter. I need to contact her about it, because I forgot the form. I just forgot about it. It's laying on the floor. It was laying literally physically on the floor. This is why I don't like dealing with papers. Literally, I just don't know why. I mean, I know, yes, they tried doing paperless offices back in the 60s and 70s, and it fell. Well, back in them times, we didn't have PDFs. We didn't have where we can view a document in real time. That kind of thing. Is there supposed to be a hole there? I guess there is. That's just tacked in there. So, yeah, I will have to deal with that. Because most places out where I'm at, they're opened up at 9, they close at 5, right? Yeah. Except for my eye doctor, he closes at 8. And, yeah, so... Oh, yeah, I'll have to make up... If I have to get up early tomorrow, I'm going to have to. Say, hey, can you check and see if I included this paperwork in there? And if they say no, I'm going to have to drive it down there. I mean, like, you know, I'm 50 minutes away. I just have not had a... just not had a very good week. Yeah, hey, it could be worse. Yeah, these are nice pieces to have. I wish they came out in other colors. They go right in here. So yeah, I gotta contact her because I was thinking in the back of my mind when I was building this, thinking she's not going to know if I even have that or not. And the federal government will ding you if you don't have enough. So I'm going to have to contact her. Yeah, now I'm going to have to. And I doubt I don't have a clock here. But yeah. Yeah, it's 7:30 at night. So yeah, she's closed. Yeah, it's just another chore on my day off. Isn't that fun? I love having tons of chores. It's always good to have something to do, right? And yeah, I'll have to contact. I'll see what time they're opened up tomorrow. And if I have to get a ride to go down there, I'll explain my situation. But if not, I may have to cough up an Uber. Okay. So right now we've spent almost about an hour on this, and it covers 3 bags. So far, I'm going to say that the parts in this set here are pretty much, they're average. We're not like swamped out with tons of small pieces by any means. By any means. All right, make sure you hold on the bottom because this will have to hang here. I've ran across this issue a few times where you can't just press down on that. So you've got to be careful with that there. We got to make 2 of those. Ooh, I'm glad now I checked. Okay, well let's do that before we continue on here. I wasn't paying attention. I've just been too busy ranting. But you know, that's how life is. We got tons of stuff we got to do, and hey, the kids are lucky. They get to sit back and play video games when they're off from school. When you're an adult, you don't even get a chance to do that. Can you help me with this and that? Fine, I'll help. And then by the time you are done with all the chores, it's bedtime. And no watching movies, no video games. I may be lucky and have to do more chores tomorrow. That's always fun. But anyways, though, it looks like we're going to be wrapping up this installment here with this. That's what we have remaining for bag 3. And these go right on the snot pieces right here. And they go like this. They just snap right in there. Must be the water tank. Okay, and that's it. And bag 4 looks like it's pretty beefy. Now I could probably do bag 4 in here now. But you know what? I got to check on some chore stuff, so I can't do any more with that. Alright, summation of thoughts. Yeah, with the included brick separator and everything, this build's not too bad. I have not experienced anything crumbling off the set. Do you know what that means? There's nothing wrong with it, right? Right. You know what that means, though? It's still holding at a 10 and still holding at a very firm 10. I'm not into building fire trucks by any means, but it's obviously got a leak. But it's not too bad, and I think we are going to get this done. I think the best thing to do is this is the front here. Let's just do it like that. I'm going to keep my figures like this. I mean, yeah, it's your typical fire truck, but you know what? At least it's something, right? But I need to cool down. I bet they got the heat cranked up full blast as I'm sweating in here right now. It's been in the 70s, but with older folks, you got to keep the house always warm, like literally roasting. I'm roasting like a walnut in here. But yeah, it doesn't look like that yet, but we're getting somewhere. So we do have a string, but I don't think we need to tie that on, which is even better. I'm hoping this transparent stuff comes in without a scratch, because I don't want to ding this one down. I'm starting to go hardcore on it. But right now, I'm not interested in the build, but I'd say it's at a good solid 10. It's keeping my interest, which is good. So something that's not keeping my interest, I'm still focused on this build. So right now I'm going to fix me up a snack. I may come back later. And oh, by the way, today is the 12th of February 2026. So yeah. Well, tell me what you think so far.